guys? This is Kyle from KGR doing a review on the Sonic Boom Knuckles and Tails double pack. Now there's already two double packs available. There is Sonic and Amy, where they come with an Enter Beam, and then there's Orbot and Cubot, which do absolutely nothing. But anyway, we are going to be taking a look at the Knuckles and Tails double pack. So now I got all three double packs. Now I just need to get Sticks and Dr. Eggman in his little egg pod, which is going to be really awesome to have. Alright, so let's take a look at what this thing all looks like. Let's take a look at the whole box. So we got Sonic up there with the Sonic Boom logo, one up here, and then one back there. Okay, then we got Knuckles and Tails right here. Alright, so as you can tell, we got Beefhead, the Echidna.
Avast virus database has been updated.
Well, that's fantastic, thank you. Then we got Tails over here, and it also comes with an Enter Beam. This one's red, see, includes Enter Beam. Then we got Tails and Knuckles, then we got all this stuff out here. Seeing how the video games are coming out and the TV series is coming out, which is going to be exciting. Comes out November 8th. I believe it's going to be at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the games come out on the 11th. But anyway, Tomy, only 4 years plus. Then there's choking hazards, and then there's stuff down here on the sides. You can see where Tomy is apparently. If you want to go to Illinois, by all means, go ahead. Then it says include Enter Beam in multiple languages. Down the back, it's pretty much the same as all the other double packs, where it says collect them all, and it shows what all figures you can get in the double pack line, at least, because they don't show Sticks back here. Now Sticks is going to be in its own standalone pack. Now I was looking and I could not find one. The only standalone packs I could find was just Sonic, and the Sonic is actually different than the Sonic that you get in the double pack, so that's cool. So anyway, take a look around. It's all the same, so there you go. Now let's take a look on what these figures look like outside of the packaging. And here they are outside of the packaging. Alright, so as you can tell, Knuckles is pretty big. And then we also got Tails here. He's very tiny. And then we got their red Enter Beam. Alright, so if you haven't seen my Sonic and Amy review, I guess I'll go over the Enter Beam again. Now the Enter Beam, it's rubbery. But you don't want to bend it too much because you may end up snapping it. But it's pretty much compatible with all the Sonic characters. Okay? Here, these parts right here, this is where I recommend you have have them friends grab, or if you want, you can just have it go around their arm if you want to. I don't care. You do what you want. Alright, so we're just gonna have Knuckles grab on to this. Okay, so there we go. I think. I hope so. If not, I'll be quite upset. There we go. Fall Tails, yeah! Woo! Anyway. Then we got Tails. He's gonna have a hard time since he's rather short. And we'll have him just grab this side, I guess. Tiny hands. Yeah, Tails has very, very small hands, so he's probably gonna have a hard time trying to do this Enter Beam gimmick. Alright, there we go. It works pretty well, I guess, for Tails. There you go. Tug of war. Knuckles wins. Alright, let's get rid of that Enter Beam, because these figures are the star of the show. Now stand up. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's go over Knuckles, since he's the most controversial figure of the whole line. So let's just move Tails out of the way. Let's go over Knuckles. Now, the standard articulation for these figures is just probably 5 points of articulation. A head swivel, which unfortunately Knuckles doesn't really have, because here his dreads pretty much cut off the articulation. And it's not like he has any torso articulation either, so you can't just turn around his whole body, so you pretty much gotta actually turn Knuckles. I guess that kind of sucks. Okay, then we got universal shoulders, so the shoulders can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. Alright, and then we got a standard swivel for the legs. But they mainly only go forward. They barely go back that much because of the way how it's sculpted. So there you go. So again, very limited articulation, but it does get the job done for Sonic and Friends. Alright, so the sculpt, okay. When I first saw Knuckles as a Beefhead, I was very, very concerned. And so was the rest of the Sonic fan base. And that's not good. Anyway, there we go. Now, as I was saying, we were all very concerned about Knuckles' look. Over time, I started to grow attached to it. I kind of like it. I get used to it. It matches, I guess. And I can get used to it. But anyway, the sculpt itself actually does look pretty decent, even though this is supposed to be a beefed up Knuckles. I know we're all used to the standard Knuckles, but this is what we're going to have to deal with for now. And I gotta say, it gets the job done. It's a decent sculpt. The articulation, at least on his arm, seems kinda loose. But like, hold on, let me see. Shake it. Well, it doesn't have a Jazzwares problem. Like, you do feel that it's loose, but it still does seem to move pretty well. Like it holds its position very well. Alright, and as you can tell, the legs are bent. However, someone told me to just get a hairdryer or something and I can fix that. So that's good. But if you want to avoid this problem for both Tails and Knuckles, even Sonic too, you can buy them all separately. Like, you can buy Knuckles separately. Like, you don't have to buy the board, but in my personal experience, it is a little bit hard to find. Tails, you can buy with the plane. So if you want a plane, there you go. Sonic, you can buy by himself. And Amy, you're gonna have a hard time finding by herself. But anyway. So here you go. The paint, it's hit and miss. There's parts I like, then there's parts I don't like. Like, for one, the shoes. I like how the shoes are painted, mainly because here on the back of the box where they show the prototype, it shows him having brown shoes, which is not right. So I like how they got this right. I'm not sure if the other figures, like the Air Rider board or whatever, I'm not sure if they give him brown feet for that. I hope not. But yeah, they seem to get the job done very well. I'm not sure if the back of these are supposed to be yellow or not. They might be. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm checking the back of the box, and it looks like they are. So, again, go to me. And autofocus, please. There you go. Thank you. So they got that part good. However, there are a few mispaints. Like, we got a little bit of white up here. Again, autofocus. There you go. Thank you. Then we got a black spot right there. And let me see if there's any other flaws. Like you can see there's like chips coming out of the sock. At least hopefully you can see it. Because if it doesn't show up on camera, you can see it on the naked eye. But other than that, it's a decent paint. Like, other than these two marks, I really like this paint job. Like, the tape seems to be painted well. Like, in my opinion, it wasn't as great as Sonic's, where they have like different shades. Or at least not that I'm noticing. I'm not noticing any different shades. And I just noticed individual fingers for Knuckles. Not articulated, but like, Knuckles is supposed to have mitts, but Sonic Boom decided to give him actual fingers. And some of you may be wondering, how does he compare next to the regular Knuckles that we all know and love? Well, here you go. And Knuckles may have a hard time standing up because my stage is unlevel. And I won't be able to fix this until I have no idea. But anyway, so as you can tell, this Knuckles' feet are huge. And unfortunately, he did have to sacrifice Lego feet. But luckily this guy still has Lego feet. Lego feet. And the torso is a little bit smaller. And the fists on Knuckles are, at least on this Knuckles, Jazzwares Knuckles, is freaking huge. I'm not sure if they're actually supposed to be that big, but actually, yeah, they're supposed to be huge. But yeah. Punch. But yeah, the heads, you can't really tell actually. But I like this Knuckles. As much as I love this Knuckles, I still love this one because it has character. And I like how these dreads also don't articulate, like they don't mess with the articulation whatsoever. They actually like sculpted it around so he wouldn't have any problems trying to move around. So I like how they got that right. So that's awesome, awesome. You can see a seam line, but it's a Tomy figure. You're gonna see seam lines. It's not like it's an expensive like $50 or $60 figure, which I actually saw plenty of at Toys R Us, which is crazy, but fine, fine. The tail, they seem to have the tail right, so that's good. Here's Knuckles' tail like the other one, so there you go. If you want to compare, there you go. And yeah. Other than the bent legs, it gets my approval. Get it. But personally, I recommend trying to find this guy, like just a single package. Just get him and then get Tails with the airplane, because then you won't find him with bent legs. Unless you want to try to fix that yourself, then by all means go ahead. But I'm not getting the Tails airplane because I do not need it, because I already have a Tails airplane Tails, and I have no room for it anyway. So, whatever. So, go with Knuckles. Let's just move him out of the way and get this Tails out here. Now, this Tails is awfully tiny. It's adorable. Alright, so we got a head swivel like normal. Universal arms, outwards, forwards, and backwards, and then a leg swivel. However, you can't really go back all that well, mainly because, again, the way they're sculpted, and the tails are here. Alright, so he is adorable. Very adorable. However, hold on. The prototype does look kind of different. Like, instead of having his tongue stick out, he seems to have a legitimate smile. And it looks like he may be a lighter shade of yellow. And the eyes look kind of different. But who cares? Let's just talk about this figure. Autofocus! Autofocus! If you don't autofocus, I'm gonna smack you. Quick, get it right there. Had to do an autofocus. But anyway, so the sculpt seems to be pretty cool. Like, Tails has little gloves, and the little watch looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, and here's Knuckles' watch if you didn't see that. There you go. Pretty. But anyway, he has a satchel and everything. He's looking all techy. And you can see a big seam line, so you can split his head in half if you want to. I don't recommend doing that because that's no good, but whatever. As you can tell, his tails does not articulate. It looks like they would articulate like right here, because you can see a seam line right there, but no, it does not articulate there. And Tails' main problem, well not problem, but his main job is to have his tails stand him up. And it seems, I don't know why I said problem, because it does that job pretty well. The only thing I don't like about the tails is that it's one solid piece. Like, it barely looks like it's two separate tails. Like, are you getting what I'm saying? Because it almost looks like it's supposed to be like one tail that splits in two at the end. But other than that, it is an adorable figure. If you want to wait until you find an airplane, then get the airplane. Or if you're just impatient and you don't care about the plane, then just go with the double pack. And of course, I have to do a comparison with the normal Tails. Now, normal Tails, like, towers over him. He's all like, "You're a baby. You're tiny." And hold on, let me actually get Classic Tails. So I'm pretty confident that Classic Tails is even taller than him. Yeah. The evolution. Even though that's kind of backwards. There you go. Evolution. So I like how, like, what's a Tomy actually seemed to get the scales right. Like, hold on. Let's get wrong Knuckles. Wrong Knuckles. There you go. Stand up. There we go. Sonic. Stand up. Oh man, this on-level surface is not good. He's gonna fall, isn't he? I hope not. Anyway, and then we got Amy. Stand up, Amy, or else I'll smack you. Good. Now, I don't really know their scale all that much, but I know that Knuckles is supposed to be huge, Tails is supposed to be tiny, and Sonic and Amy, I don't know. But still, they got the scale right, which is perfect. Because Jazzwares did not get that right, unfortunately. So, that's awesome. Now I'm excited to get Sticks, and I'm excited to get Eggman. Now, how I've been saying throughout this whole review, should you pick this up? That all depends on you. If you want to get a perfect Knuckles, just find them singly. If you want to wait until you get an Airplane Tails, then wait for the Airplane Tails and then buy Knuckles separately. It may be a little bit more expensive, but fine. But if you can't find a separate Knuckles, then you can buy him with a certain board. Do I recommend you get the board? I don't care. You do what you want. But I'm just saying it's cheaper just to buy him singly. And there is another Sonic with a different face sculpt, so if you want to get that, go ahead. But yeah. The set is $8. It's really, really cheap, in my opinion. Because it's pretty much $4 a figure, which is nice. It's actually cheaper than the Jazzwares figures when they first came out. I kind of understand that because less articulation. But fine. Still great figures. Highly recommend you get them. And I love the scale. Like, they got the scale right. And the Tails is adorable. I like it. So, yeah. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, then don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tune in next time for, I don't know. The next review I'm probably going to do is, I have no idea actually. It all depends on what I get. And actually, I'm going to be doing a playthrough on Infamous First Light pretty soon, so look forward to that. And I guess I will see you guys next video.